Okay, we're going to start working on unit fractions 4a, page 1. So look at question number A. It says a rancher gave 1/8 of a bag of feed to a calf each day on Thursday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Okay, which equation can be used to find the fraction of the bags of feed the rancher gave the calves on these 3 days? It says draw a model to show how you find the sum of unit fractions. So if I'm going to draw a model of that one, I'd probably draw a bag of the feed. Okay, and the bag's going to end up looking like a strip diagram probably. I'm going to draw a rectangle right here. Okay, and then I'm going to separate it into 8 equal parts. Okay, so if I separate that in half, each half in half, that'd be 4 equal parts. If I set each fourth in half, okay, it would have 8 equal parts. Okay, so because it says he gave 1/8 of the bag of feed. Okay, so we'll say on Tuesday he gave this amount. That's going to be Tuesday, not 1/2 but 1/8. Okay, that's going to be Tuesday. Wednesday he gave 1/8, and on Thursday he gave 1/8. So that would be the model. Okay, so this is my rectangle is going to be my bag, and it ends up being a strip diagram. So how I would solve that problem would be 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8. Okay, and that would equal 3/8. Okay. When I look at my answer choices, I have 3/11ths, and that doesn't work out because I mean, if they took the 8 and then added 3 days to it, they might have got 11. Okay, but that's not what it is. He gave 1/8 the bag of food. Okay, right here it has 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8. Okay, but okay, they're saying that's 3/24ths. 3/24ths. It should be 3/8. So this part is my sum is not correct. So that one's not right. Then I have 1/11 plus 1/11 plus 1/11 equals 3/33. Okay, which, you know, nothing about that is right. He didn't give 1/11 a bag of food. Okay, he gave 1/8 a bag of food. Okay, and that wouldn't be the sum of 1/11 plus 1/11 plus 1/11. Okay, but the last one, okay, 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 equals 3/8. That appears to be correct. Okay, now we're looking at question B. It says, follow along with me as I read. It says, Jonah used a number line to show 3/5 as a sum of unit fractions. Which best represents the number line he drew? Complete each number line to solve. Okay, the best way to interpret number lines is go ahead, because basically third graders don't do a real good job on number lines. Number lines are a little bit confusing for you. Okay, so the best thing to do is make them in a strip diagram. Okay, so this is what it looks like right here. Okay, so we're going to make these into strip diagrams, and the easiest way to do that is go straight up from your 0 and straight up from your 1 and make a strip diagram out of it. Okay, so when I do that, it's going to look sort of like that. Okay, and that one I can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 total parts, 4 equal parts, and it looks like 3 of them would be shaded, so that represents 3/4. My next one, do a line straight up from the 0, straight up from the 1. Then I go ahead and box that in. On this one, I can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal parts. And on this one, 3 of them would be shaded. That does look like 3/5, so maybe that's it. I'll put it in there. H, same thing. I'm going to make my rectangle right there. I'm going to put a line up from each one of my tick marks. Okay, and I can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal parts. And 3 of them would be shaded. Okay, so that may be another one. And the last one, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 7 lines going up. Okay, but when I box them in, I can see there's 1, 2, 3 that would be shaded. And there's 4, 5, 6 total parts, so that's 3/6. That is not it. Okay, I'm going to look back here. Since I have two answers to say 3/5, I'm going to go back to my my question here and see if there's anything else that's going to help me out. Okay, I see right here it's talking about unit fractions. Unit fractions. And this does look like that would be 1/8, that would be 1/8, and that would be 1/8. So 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 equals, I'm sorry, not eighths, it's fifths. These are fifths. 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 is 3/5. Okay, but this one right here looks like that would be 1/5. Okay, and this one jumps over two lines, so that'd be 2/5. Okay, in this case, it's saying that 1/5 plus 2/5 equals 3/5. Okay, but we're looking for unit fractions, and 2/5 is not a unit fraction, so I can eliminate answer choice H, and G would be my correct answer. Okay, we'll go ahead and look at another problem here. Look at problem number C. Okay, I'm going to make it we'll go out a little bit so I can see the full thing. So our problem H, go and follow along in your paper as I read. It says, 4 boys wrote an equation that represents the shaded part of the figure shown below. Okay, and I got this figure right here, and it tells what each one of them did right here. Okay, so whenever you have a figure and it doesn't tell you what fraction it represents, it makes sense to go ahead and figure out what fraction it represents. Okay, and it's asking about this shaded part. So since it's asking about that, I'm going to count the shaded parts. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shaded parts. So my numerator is going to be a 5. Okay, and there is 6, 7, 8 total pieces. Okay, so my answer would be 5/8. Okay, so 5/5, Jesse, that would not work. That's wrong. Okay, and Hayden says 5/8. That looks right, so maybe he's right. Okay, Vincent said 3/8. 3/8 would be the part that's not shaded, so that's not right. And 3/5 is probably, if you counted the parts that are not shaded, would be 3, and there's 5 shaded. You may came up 3/5, but Andrew would be incorrect also. So Hayden would be the one that's correct. Answer choice B. Okay, we'll go ahead and look at answer question D. And we'll zoom in on it a little bit. Okay, follow along as I read. It says, Kendall's pizza was divided into 8 equal pieces. Kendall ate 3/8 of the pizza. Which equation shows the fractional part of the pizza that was left? And it says, sketch on the fraction model to show how you solve. Okay, I'm going to pick out something that looks important to me there. Okay, it's asking about the part that is left. The part that is left. If she ate 3 pieces, that means they're not there anymore. So I'm going to get rid of that one, and that one. That means she ate it. They're gone already. These would be what's left. So that is 1/8 of the pizza. That's 1/8 of the pizza. 1/8, 1/8, and 1/8. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of 8 equal pieces. So I look at my answer choices. Okay, they put answer choice F there for people who weren't reading closely. Okay, because you see 3/8 right there, and you see, okay, well, maybe 3/8 is the answer, but 3/8 is what she ate. That's not what was left. Okay, there are 5 pieces left. Okay, but it's asking for the fractional part that's left. The fractional part that's left. There are 5 pieces left, but that's not the fractional part of the pizza. Okay, right here I got H, which says 5/8. That looks like it's correct. Okay, and right here I got 5 plus 3 equals 8, which will represent the pieces of the pizza. Okay, but that's not what we're looking for. H is the correct answer. Okay, let's go ahead and look at question E. Okay, question E. Follow along as I read. Okay, V shaded the model below to represent a fraction. Which unit fraction names a part of the model that is not shaded? So it's asking about the part that's not shaded. And it says something about a unit fraction. Okay, it looks like I got 1 piece that's not shaded. So that means my numerator will be a 1. And there's 2, 3, 4 total pieces. So that'd be 1/4 a piece of not shaded. Okay, right here it's A said 3/4. 3/4 is the part that's shaded, and that is not a unit fraction either. 1/3 would be if you took the one piece that's not shaded and the three that are shaded. That's probably how they came up with the 1/3. That's not right. 1/4 appears to be right. Put an M there. Now look at the last one. 4/4. 4/4 is not a unit fraction that represent all the pieces, and that's 4/4 is actually an improper fraction. That is not right. C would be the correct answer. Let's go ahead and look at F. Question F says, okay, follow along as I read. Okay, Josie's mother bought her 8 new shirts for school. She ironed 5 of the 8 shirts. Okay, it says write a unit fraction on each shirt Josie's mother bought. I'm going to do that first. Okay, there's 8 total shirts, and each one of them would represent a unit fractions, which is 1/8. So I'm going to write 1/8 on each one of the shirts. That's a unit fraction of the total set of shirts. Okay, and then it says, then write an equation to show the sum of the unit fractions for the number of shirts she ironed. And then down here it says, draw a fraction model and sketch how you solved it. Okay, I'm going to do the fraction model first. That makes sense to me to do that. And I'm just basically going to take the shirts there, and I'm going to go ahead and draw a rectangle around them. I'm going to separate them and to make something that makes sort of like a fraction model. Okay, and it's asking about the shirts that were ironed. It looks like she ironed 5 of them. That's going to be, I'm going to shade in those 5. That's going to be all on this top row. That's 4. And one more would be 5. So it's going to be my fraction model right there. And then if I'm going to write a number sentence using unit fractions, that'd be 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 equals 5/8 of the shirts that are ironed. And that's how we'll solve that one. Let's go ahead and look at G. G looks very similar. Okay, on this one, there are 6 socks in Victor's drawer. The model shows these socks in his drawer. Okay, which expression represents the fraction of the socks that are gray? Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make a strip diagram out of it. Okay, it looks like there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 socks in the drawer. So my denominator is going to be a 6. And out of the socks that are gray, I'm going to count those. That's 1, 2, 3. So that means 3/6 of the socks are gray. And if I was going to write a number sentence for that, that would be 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6. So that's 1/6 for the socks. That's 1/6 to the socks, and that's 1/6 to the socks. Okay, answer choice A looks like all of the socks. That's not right. Answer choice B does look similar to what I wrote there, so I'm going to put a maybe there. This says 3/6 plus 3/6 plus 3/6. That doesn't work. And this one says 6/1, 6/1, 6/1. And that one doesn't work. B would be the correct answer. Okay, and that concludes 4A.